the next thing we're going to do, it's really cool. I'm going to show you how I created this menu here. And I'm just going to do one more example of positioning, and then I'm going to end off here just to shorten this up, because we could go through everything in positioning and whatnot. However, it'd probably be a long video. So let's break this up a bit. Go back to my code, and I'm going to create a div ID of body content. Okay. Here we go. Create an ID body content in my CSS. Just now down here, I'm going to say body content. Let me give it some values here. Just copied stuff from my other one. I'm going to say the width is, let's see, the width is 733, okay, and the height is going to be, actually, the minimum height, so it says display a height of 400 pixels. Anything beyond 400 pixels, just stretch the height of it anyways. So, but by default, if the height isn't filled up, then it will stretch it. I'm going to leave that background color to show you guys, where it displays. And we need to put we're going to keep the top at 0 pixels in this case, and then we're going to make the left 230. And I'll show you guys what that looks like here. So I'm going to refresh the page. Okay, there we go. So the left is 230. So it's moving that body content over here. 230 might be too much, actually. But the idea is to get that body content over there. And the body content in the real website, yeah, 230 is way off, is this box here. Let's see if I can nail it. No. I'm using the web developer tool here. So that's my wrapper. There we go. That's body content. See the red box that's highlighted? The idea is that was going to be my body content. And then above that, I was going to have another div with the background of that brown. And that div would be position relative as well, with the left value of whatever comes out to here. And then inside that div, I would put an image and position that image, which ends up being the logo, all the way to the right, and then some content inside that. And then since the header, the brown section, is relative, then this body content section, outlined in red, would be relative. Okay. So that's the idea there. Now I may have the value wrong. 230 is probably too much to move that over. Yes, it's way too much. Anyways, it's probably like 130. Oh, you know what's happening? No. Min height with 733 left. Alright, this is where you typically hit a wall. You're like, okay, why is the value not accurate? And you do a little stretch. You take a break, maybe play a 5-minute game or something, and then come back and have a look at the code. It makes more sense. I'm just going to change some values here and give you a better idea of... Okay, so now I have the body content there. So, okay, and then on top of that, I would have that brown section up here that would push that body content down. But the last thing I want to focus on here is I want to create that navigation below. Okay, so let's go do that. Let's see if we can capture that in the last few minutes. So obviously you'd be saving your document as you build this. You'd upload it to your FTP to view it, or you can view it locally, whatever you like. Okay, so I'm just going to copy my existing navigation to save some time, and I'll put that right here. Okay, so there's my navigation. Now, notice that these links are all absolute. That's the way I've generated them from the website. So I'm just going to delete, I'm just going to keep 3 of them, okay, just to give you an idea. So there we go. I'm going to zoom in right there. So notice the extensions are .php because when I built this site I used a different technology, pre-processed hypertext, which you guys cover off next year. For this example I'll just make it HTML because that's the code we learned. Okay. And obviously the title tags exist there, and then you have the names of the links inside. Okay. So, and there's an ID, there's an ID called navigation inside the UL, and that UL is obviously wrapped around your list items. So unordered list, you have list items, away you go. Now this is really neat because I didn't use any graphics to create this. It's the beauty of CSS. So what I've done is I've saved it. I'm just going to show you what it looks like. Okay, it just appeared over here, which isn't where we want it to appear, because there's no positioning on that navigation ID yet. So let's do that. So I'm simply going to go down here, and I'm actually going to cheat again and pull up my existing code that I created. Right? Makes things a lot easier. So where's my navigation? Okay, so here we go. Navigation. Now it's a big one. So we're basically saying, let me get rid of some stuff here. Width, auto, height, auto, position, it's going to be absolute, just like my main image. So we're going to position absolute within the wrapper. And in this case, it's going to be 262 pixels from the top and 0 pixels from the left. Okay, we have a font size a little bigger than the default font of 12 pixels. It's 14 pixels just for the navigation. And we've changed the font type for that navigation element. And then there's a padding and margin of 0 because by default the UL creates a margin and or padding. I believe it's just margin, but good practice to put both those in. And so that, saving that, and then viewing the changes, moves that navigation from that top corner, or it should at least, to underneath the image. Okay, so it's moved over there. So, yes, which is good. We have it working somewhat.